Hey guys, welcome back to Love the Bunny, and in this week's video we are going to be talking about part 2 of our rabbit care series, and that is how to get a rabbit. And I'm also going to be talking later on all about how to bring your rabbit home and what to do. So if you want to learn more about that, stay tuned. So the best way to kind of like obtain a rabbit is to adopt a rabbit, for one thing because your rabbit has already been checked out by a vet and it's already been, probably most animal shelters spay and neuter the rabbit for free. You'll usually just have to pay an adoption fee. My adoption fee for Teddy was about $50, and that is pretty good because it costs like, I think about $100 and something to neuter a rabbit in the US. It might vary from what country you live in. Obviously, not all places have like animal shelters near you. Me, it's like the nearest animal shelter was like 2 hours away, so it was really hard. We were considering fostering, but we weren't able to because we live like 2 hours away from the foster homes. So yeah, that is number one. Number two is to find a reputable breeder. Breeders are like super iffy. For example, Thumper, we actually got him from a 4-H girl who bred her rabbits. She bred pure mini Rexes and they were so cute. We found her on Facebook. She was just a teenager doing 4-H and she decided to breed her rabbits. So I have been on both sides of the rabbit care world. I have been on the first side, which is the rabbit care world like I did with Thumper. He is over in his hidey house over there, where I got him from a breeder because I didn't really know about animal shelters or how to find them. And Teddy I got from an animal shelter. So I've been kind of on both sides of this. So yeah, you're just going to want to make sure they're not breeding the rabbits just to make a quick few dollars or something. So yeah, but she took really good care of her rabbits. She kept them inside. She encouraged us to keep Thumper inside the house, and she just seemed like a super nice person. So that is option number 2. So option number 3 is you can find someone who is just personally needing to rehome your rabbit. You can do this on Craigslist, Pet Finder, just different places like that, where it's just like a single person trying to rehome their rabbit because maybe their rabbit didn't work out or something like that. We couldn't find any in our area, so I'm not sure if you guys can. Maybe if you live in like a city or something, you might be able to. So yeah, that is definitely a good option if you can find someone who is doing that. Okay, so for those of you guys who live in small areas like me, I do feel for you because it is a lot harder to find a rabbit. But so one of your last options to find a rabbit, absolute last, is a pet store. So many pet stores, rabbits come from rabbit mills, and rabbit mills are not good. For example, they're so bad, like they've been outlawed to sell rabbits, I think since like 2016 or so, to sell rabbits in Petco and PetSmart in the US. So that's how bad rabbit mills are. They just really abuse their rabbits. There's sources on Google you can find out about rabbit mills. I just would not recommend this option, but if you have to get a rabbit, definitely do that. But so a lot of people will think that they're like rescuing the rabbit, but they're really not, because the rabbit's getting sold, so the pet store's just gonna get another one. So you're really not rescuing the rabbit because ultimately someone is gonna get the rabbit, but you're just really supporting the rabbit mills. So I would not recommend that option, but if you have to get a rabbit, that would definitely be an option. I'm just mentioning that. So now we're gonna be getting into different things you need to bring your rabbit home. So my first tip for this is to set up your cage, everything, before you leave to get the rabbit. So I was on both sides of this, like I already said. For example, when we got him, we still had to go to the pet store, like Tractor Supply, and get some more stuff because we didn't have everything we even needed. We did have a cage, if you would, definitely it would be called a cage. It was a very small cage. Anyways, so I didn't have really anything set up for him to come home. I didn't have water dishes. I didn't have a hidey house. Basically, the cage was assembled, but that was basically it. So whenever we got home, it was very stressful on him because he couldn't just go straight into his area. I was like holding him the entire time, trying to get the cage set up. So I would definitely recommend getting the cage set up because that was pretty stressful on Thumper. And Teddy, for example, I already had things set up, and so whenever I came home, you guys, I will link our vlog where we got Teddy in the iCard. When we got home, it was super easy because all we had to do was to put him in his area. So it was super nice just because that's all we had to do, and he just was super happy about that. So yeah. Okay, so if anyone is wondering what you're going to want to do before you bring your rabbit home, you're going to want to, the morning you go get your, before you go get your rabbit, you're going to want to get their water dish, fill it up with nice fresh water, place rugs, mats, fleeces, get the cage all nice and set up, put hidey houses, memory foam mats. Your litter box, you're going to want to completely assemble that, put hay in, put any toys, stuffed animals, beds, accessories, pellets, things of that sort. I would personally wait to put the veggies in until you get your rabbit, because you wouldn't want them to get all gross. But that's how you would assemble everything and just make sure it's all ready for your rabbit to come home. Okay, you guys, so I just put fleece over part of the cage so you could see. I actually did this whenever I brought Teddy home. You can see I just draped it over. This is going to make this feel a lot more like a den. You can clip it with clothespins at the top. This is going to make things feel a lot more like a den, and I still do this if I'm doing something loud and they're going to get scared. I actually still do this sometimes. And when you bring your rabbit home, this is going to be the behavior most likely. They're probably just going to sit in the darkest place they can find and just kind of stay there, because they are getting used to the area. They're getting used to you and their new house's smell, and they're just kind of stressed because of such a quick, sudden change. So number 2 is to get a carrier. So whenever I first got Thumper, I just used a cardboard box. That didn't work very well just because of he was a baby rabbit. Thankfully, he was really calm as a baby rabbit and really good, but I just would ultimately recommend getting a carrier. It's just a lot easier. You don't have to worry about your rabbit getting out of it. I will actually link the carrier down below in the description that I have. It works super good and it's super cheap to order. So yeah. Number 3 is to make things as stressless as possible. So as soon as you get home, you're going to want to put your rabbit in their cage and just make sure things are quiet. There's not a lot of racket. If there's familiar items in, if your rabbit came with stuff for example, when we got Teddy, he actually came with his stuffed animal and a couple toys he liked, so he came with that, and that was super helpful to ease the adjustment. Number 4 is to leave them alone. So as soon as you get your rabbit, you're not going to want to take your biggest, bulkiest camera and your big camera light and film and take tons of pictures of your rabbits, because rabbits don't really like that, to tell you the truth. My rabbits hate getting pictures taken because, you'll try to pose them and make them look all cute and stuff, but they really don't like it. They're not going to be used to you at first, so you're definitely going to want to just kind of put them in their cage, make things as quiet as possible, and leave the room. So, yeah. Okay, so I grabbed Thumper real quick just to kind of talk about this. So Thumper was my first rabbit. This is Thumper, everyone. I know I've got some new people on here. Oh, rabbits don't like to be held, but I'm just going to hold him for just a second. Thumper was my first rabbit, and he was super sweet to come home. I was not educated at all. I'm going to let him down now because he kind of wants to go. I wasn't educated at all with rabbits, and I just really am happy that he was a really good rabbit for beginner. He was super calm, super sweet. He was just a super good rabbit, but I would like to say I was super uneducated, and it has taken a long time to repair my bond with Thumper, because whenever I first got him, I didn't really know how to handle rabbits or anything, so I was kind of not really sure about it because I hadn't really done my research. So yeah, I would definitely recommend doing research, because it has taken a long time to regain my bond with him back. And now I've had him for 3 years almost, and I'm finally starting to regain that, and he's starting to trust me more, and Teddy is the same way. Even because, see, Teddy just had a rough life because he was from probably originally a rabbit breeder that didn't take very good care of their rabbits, because he's still super skittish and just fights a little bit with me sometimes. He'll bite me and stuff. And I'm fixing to be talking about Teddy a little bit, so. Okay, so now I've got Teddy. I probably won't hold him very long because Teddy does bite a little bit, but I just would like to kind of talk about how different it is to be a rabbit owner when you're more educated. So definitely the more educated is the better way to go, because like me and Teddy have gained a relationship a lot quicker because I already knew like how to hold rabbits, how to trim their nails, and I didn't have as much of like stressful time learning that, and it was a lot easier. He tried to bite me. Okay, Teddy, you were good. I'm gonna give him a treat real quick, y'all. Teddy! After I pick them up for videos, I always give them a treat because they're so good. Okay. There you go, sweetie. Okay, he's running off with his treat, but anyways. So, yeah, it's super sweet to just have experienced both ways, and now I can give you guys, like, good advice on the uneducated world and the educated, because definitely the educated would be the way to go. So if you aren't very educated right now and you're watching this video, please continue to watch other videos, other YouTubers, maybe more of my videos, maybe more of other people's videos. There's lots of other really good rabbit YouTubers out there that you should go check out. Thank you for watching. Love the bunny. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you would like to see more rabbit care and informational videos. Keep on loving the bunnies, and we'll be seeing you in our next video for part 3 of our rabbit care series. Bye, everybody.